West Main Street Extension funding, town engineer.
While Robert passes out this paperwork, this is somewhat of an item that we definitely need to keep in the forefront as we move forward with EDA, as well as we move forward with the West Connector. And I won't steal his thunder.
Okay, so Jim mentioned we do have an issue with the funding for West Main. Just to bring everybody up to date, it was a little over a year ago that I spoke at the work session, and we were looking to put a Main Street job out to bid. And at that time, we had call it a rosier picture of the project. We had an estimate of, construct estimate of $812,000, but we were looking at getting $650,000 from VDOT, the Economic Development Access Grant, as well as in return for the town constructing the sewer pump station at Oil Phoenix, IT Federal was able to contribute an additional $150,000. So at that point, we were looking at a price tag of approximately $12,000. Once we consider all the reimbursements. And then we got the bids back in May of last year, and the low bid was $1.1 million. So at that point, then we were looking around 30,000 or 300,000. I'm sorry, cost for construction. Then in March of this year, IT Federal, the owner Kurt Tran, publicly stated that they are not moving into the building that they have constructed, and that they are in the process of looking for a tenant. That creates a big problem for our proposed funding, because if you look at the resolution in the first page, that this is the resolution that granted us that approved the access grant for us. And you can see there on the first page, I have underlined in red, access, estimated cost $800,000. And on the next page, it's all based on the plan at the time was for IT Federal to invest $40 million and create 600 jobs. And if you look at the contingencies, 2C, the locality has to provide documentation of at least $3.25 million of eligible capital outlay by IT Federal. That $3.25 million is 5 times the, so that's where that figure comes from. And then, if you look further down in paragraph C, if by December 7th, 2021, if IT Federal does not have that $3.25 million, then any money that we have gotten from VDOT has to be repaid. So that's where we are now. And it's not a done deal. There are still options that the eligible capital outlay doesn't necessarily have to come from IT Federal. It could come from a company that moves into their building, or if another portion of the site is developed, it could come from that. But the restriction there is that it can't just be any business. It has to meet the same qualifications that the grant requires. If you look at the access fund policy, second part of the handout, the allowable uses are outlined there in the first paragraph. Obviously, it's geared towards manufacturing, tech, where a lot of jobs are created. So the disallowed uses are in paragraph 3 there. That includes schools, hospitals, libraries, airports, speculative office buildings, which seems to be what IT Federal has put out there now. Shopping centers, apartment buildings, professional offices. It doesn't specifically rule out retail, but it definitely does not. That's not what they're looking for. They want job creation. So, again, it's we still have options open. We have another roughly 2.5 years until we absolutely have to make a decision on this. I forgot to mention, in 2C of the resolution, if there's since there wasn't, IT Federal didn't have that capital outlay to begin with, the town had to post a bond for the entire $650,000. So we are now currently carrying that bond, and we have, it costs about $5,000 a year to maintain that bond. So the longer we hold out for something that is, it is costing us to wait and see. But it's, since we've already paid for the first year, and it will come due again in the end of May. So since we're still under construction out there, and we would have to pay back the entire, whatever we gotten from VDOT before we could terminate that bond. I'm assuming that we will go ahead and pay up for another year. But then on a yearly basis, we will definitely need to look at, what the outlook is out there, and what are the chances that we will be able to recover that money. So that's all I have. I will be meeting later this week with the EDA director just to discuss the outlook. What are some of the possibilities, and also they have more, hopefully more direct contact with IT Federal. What is the status of that promise? $150,000. What's our chance of recouping it?
Mr. T. Wampole.
BJ, going back to the bond, were we enlightened with the bond? Because this is the first I've seen this resolution. I mean, according to Jennifer, it was $650,000 came from the state on that, and we weren't even involved in it at that point.
Yes, we were aware of the bond.
I mean, you were aware.
Yes, I believe council was aware as
Were
well.
we aware? I don't remember.
I'm not
Wow.
100% for sure there. I could go back and look. But we did have to go out to bid on the bond.
Well, let's go back. I knew we had the bond, but that was based on the 650,000. But Jennifer had told us that they'd already had the funds pretty much allocated through, as I recall, I thought it was under the Transportation Board. I thought it was under the Industrial Development Authority of the state. That's what she told me, as I talked to her about that a couple times.
It's through
But I specifically asked her, I said, now, is this a state funded, or is it gonna be through the industrial development bond issues? And she said, oh, no, it was strictly the bonds that came from the community development, not from the economic development offices.
Well, it is an economic development access grant. That is what $650,000 is, but it is through VDOT.
Yeah, so it came through the Transportation Board today. Correct.
The action that you're asking for tonight, is this just for information? Because I see a lot of questions here myself.
It is just for information as we move forward, talking about reallocation of the West Connector. We want you to be aware of that little, about this liability out here, this risk of us having to pay this back.
Payback of 650,000.
Yeah. As well as we move forward, carrying that bond of $5,000 a year to hopefully maybe something will transpire in 2021 at that site. Now, as Robert said, he's going to be meeting with John Ampazino this week, and hopefully I'm going to join him on that meeting, and hopefully the EDA can step up. As far as I'm concerned, they need to step up on this. So right now, it's just information purposes. I wanted everybody to be aware of this issue out there with this grant.
So when is this next 5,000 K needed? $5,000?
May.
May? So that 5,000 will come out of that 40 that we're. No. I'm
Well, the
sorry.
5 is probably covered for this year.
Comes out of 90.
PJ? Or no? No.
Where are you taking it from?
We're going to be over budget on that line.
Question, discussion? I mean, that concerns me right there. It's $5,000.
Yeah, the 5,000 doesn't concern me. It's the 650,000.
I'm just talking about immediate. I know that 650 really worries me. So just info.
It is
no
just
action.
info. I didn't want this to be a surprise later on when we have to come and ask for $650,000. But like I said, hopefully we'll have some more information after we meet with John Ampazino. Like I said, I do believe that they have a stake in this, you know, that they've left us holding the bag here. And so I'm hoping that we can have some better news after that meeting.
Okay, any other discussion?
Thanks, sir. Joe, do you know whether or not that the EDA, did they have any insurance of this type of, whatever you want to call it, embezzlement or fraud or whatever you want to refer to?
That's a good question, Gene. I really haven't talked specifically with John on this, and hopefully when we meet about this access grant, I can get some more information, but he's pretty tight-lipped about what's going on over there.
I would appreciate it if you'd at least
Yep,
say something about it.
I will. I sure will.
That's a valid action item to carry forward to this meeting.
Right, I understand.
Mr. Gillespie.
Would there be any chance of us being able to recoup this?
That would be hopefully something we would be looking for to recoup.
Yes.
It would be a loss that probably we're gonna suffer somewhat.
Yes. That's the only question I had. Thank you, Joe.
One other thing I did forget to mention, this is kind of looking ahead, but there is a repayment plan, which we wouldn't necessarily, at the end of 2021, we wouldn't necessarily have to pay back the $650,000 all at one time. We could continue the bond and then pay back 20% each year, and then the bond would be decreased as we pay it back. So, cost of bond would go down.
I think it's gonna be more like this scenario right there.
We need a whole lot more information.
This was just to whet your appetite.
I understand, but I've already filled up my 2 pages. Anybody else have any other concerns? I can see a lot of concerns on the faces as I sit here.